Alrighty, BoobTube's another one of Keeps Clips. Good morning, good morning. Now, the right-wing press continues to melt down and just say the most bizarro things. They're running out of memes. So I think the latest one is hate marches. Right, well, hate marches, you know. Protest? No. Hate march. And this is the same right-wing press that would bitch and moan about hate crimes. Hate crimes. But now we've got hate marches. It's fucking hilarious. They've lost the narrative, lost the argument. They've got nothing else to fucking actually grasp on apart from, the Jews are under threat. So let's have a wee look at the meltdown continuing.
We are joined now by former UKIP Deputy Chair and political commentator Suzanne Evans. Welcome.
Oh, GB News getting a UKIP fucking spokeshole on. Fair and balanced news, everybody.
And former Labour advisor Kevin Murr. So, Suzanne, we've had a number of views about the utility of this speech. Was it a good thing to do? Was it a good thing to do it in Downing Street rather than the House of Commons? What are your views on the quality of the speech and the place where it was delivered and the time of the...
Let's not talk about Gaza. Let's not talk about the Parliament getting usurped by Sir Keir Starmer and his Speaker, stopping the democratic will of the people. Let's just completely forget about all that and focus on, the Jews are feeling scared.
Delivery.
Frankly, Michael, I don't really care where he did it, but I was thinking about the lack of quality in it. I have to say I was furious, actually, when I heard the speech, because, he's finally waken up to this threat that some of us have been talking about for decades, and what's he going to do about it? There was nothing in that speech. He talked about, a robust new framework. Oh, the jihadis must be quaking in their boots. I was absolutely horrified. Here we have a Prime Minister leading a Conservative government that for 13 years has had the ability to do something about terrorism and extremism in this country, and actually in many senses by continuing to push a flawed doctrine of multiculturalism, basically saying that we can invite anyone from all over the world, wherever they come from, whatever lack of British values or they may have, they can carry on behaving in exactly the same way when they're here. It's not about multi-ethnicity.
Okay, Mohammed, right, we might let you into the country. We just need to check if you've got some British values, okay? Do you like breakfast rolls? Yep, okay, Mohammed, that's good. Do you like fried breakfasts? Very, very good British values. Do you like football, Mohammed? Okay. Are you a terrorist? Oh, you're not a terrorist, that's good, Mohammed, I'll tick that box. Okay, Mohammed, let's just put you up to some of the British values. How sad and pathetic is this, man? Really sad and pathetic, man. Look at the shit they're I mean, like, the People's Channel. Fucking Michael Portillo. I mean, come on, folks, man. Hello, McFly.
It's not about having a vibrant, diverse country. This is the specific philosophy of multiculturalism, which says you can come here, but you don't have to fit in. He's sacked two people who have...
Okay, Mohammed, are you going to fit in? Remember, this is on your fucking application form to come into Britain. Okay, Mohammed's going to try and fit in. He's going to hang around he's going to hang around the local shops.
Been warning about this. Suella Braverman, the former Home Secretary, and he's removed the whip from Lee Anderson, the MP who's been talking about this too. It's hard to take this man seriously. He comes out, he makes...
Yeah, he's a rumbling. It's hard to take Britain news seriously. Independent news, Michael Portillo, a fucking UKIP spokeshole, and a fucking... another couple of gimps who's a bit of totty. No doubt a failed fucking presenter for ITV or BBC, because GB Newsies milkshake brings all the retards to the yards. You know, every cunt has been flung out of every other fucking news channel because they can't present and they're fucking borderline fascist and Nazis. Hey, hello, Great Britain News. Hire me, I'm borderline fascist and a borderline Nazi. Let's get fucking brown cunts.
Makes a grand, fine speech with some fine words, but his actions, I'm afraid, you know, if you're going to judge politicians by their actions rather than their words, on every count, Sunak has failed, and the Conservatives.
Okay, let's judge Great Britain News on their actions and not the shite they spew out, the populist pish, the way they tickle your balls, or they fucking cup your balls and work your shaft. Brown people votes. Michael Portillo. He's the People's News Channel, you know. Michael Portillo. I know there's a fucking Michael Portillo's, but you know, when I was in the boozer last night, could they fucking move for Michael Portillo's? Because that is the people.
Conservative government has failed.
Who's this fucking ginger menopausal bitch? Fucking go and get HRT instead of UKIP pen. That would fucking serve you better. HRT positive, HRT positive.
Failed on this.
Well, some would suggest that parts of what he said was quite tough. I mean, he was talking about deporting people, rescinding the visas of those.
It's not authoritarian enough. We're not cracking the whip enough. We need to give the police more money to hit people with fucking batons. We need to ban hate marches because they're fucking hate marches. There's no protests. It's not protests, it's hate marches. But see the pro-Palestine fucking, see the pro-Israel shit? Batter in. They'll love rainbows and fucking unicorn marches. Whereas, the big bad fucking muzzies, man, that's hate marches.
Who are protesting in an extreme manner. And also, when it comes to Suella Braverman...
Protesting in an extreme manner! Here, I was a big fan of extreme fucking ironing. Did you see that shit, man? That was a brilliant craze. So is this like extreme ironing? Are they going to start protesting for the top of fucking Mount Everest and shit? Go up to Snowdon. Ben Nevis. Start fucking protesting, fucking at the top of that. I'm an extreme protester! Jumping out of plane like that. Free Palestine! Jumping out of planes and shit. Extreme protesting! Fucking radio, it's fucking hilarious. This is making me... This is making me fucking smile, man, this shit. They're grasping onto anything and everything. I'm going to have to check the BBC today, see how they're framing it, man. Right now, I'm just watching the right-wing press like, freedom of speech, ban the protesters, freedom of speech, more cops, we need more batons, we need authoritarianism, fucking rats. And then they like fucking start turning around and tell Putin that he's a police state and an authoritarianist.
And Lee Anderson comments, and on the far left as well, there is a suggestion that sort of...
I'm having, I don't know, man, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that bint on the left, or on the red, is a failed fucking Channel 3 morning show, whatever it's called nowadays, This Morning or whatever, presenter. Definitely seen her before, I don't know if it's on this piece of shite. And fuck's sake, man, her there, she's a borderline Beau Selector fucking character, man.
Rhetoric does not help matters and is also divisive, Kevin Moore.
It is. I mean, it struck me as slightly unusual. I think when the Prime Minister comes out to the lectern at Downing Street, you kind of always expect the worst, and you expect, certainly, the holder of that office to come out there and encapsulate the problem that they're talking about. And I don't think Rishi Sunak managed to achieve that last night. It wasn't abundantly clear what he's talking about. He's talking in code. He's talking about very dramatic issues, but he's not managing to quantify them. I mean, the first challenge, obviously, in fixing any political problem is to be able to quantify what that problem is. And Rishi Sunak, I think, completely failed to do that. It's not clear to me, and I suspect it's not clear to the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police or his officers, what they're supposed to do differently today than they were supposed to do differently before Rishi Sunak made that announcement.
Yeah, you're referring to him saying about police must just not about just managing, it's also about policing. That was quite a veiled threat in some ways.
Kevin, given your criticism, why was it?
Who gives a fuck if the Prime Minister's out there threatening fucking protesters? Welcome to the mother of all parliaments. Democracy scam, folks. When you do what they want, all good in the hood. When you don't, fuck you. Democracy's under threat because the elected representatives aren't doing what the people want. So democracy's under threat. Fucking hilarious.
That Keir Starmer was so supportive.
I don't know. Again, what is the specific problem that we're talking about? We seem to be talking a lot about.
The problem is, cunts don't support the fucking state of Israel's genocide stroke ethnic cleansing. That is the fucking problem, which was demonstrated by a democratically fraud vote for George Galloway. And now the right-wing press is all scuttering around, meltdown, panic. How do they frame this? How do they frame it? How do they make a democratic election seem bad? Well, just shout fraud all the time. Straight out of Donald Trump's playbook. Richie Sunak came out there last night with an authoritarian fucking I'm going to clamp down on protesting shite. Mother of all parliaments, democracy scam, and that isn't authoritarian enough for these muppets. Michael Portillo, that guy fell straight out of Conservative fucking gay bar. And by the way, I actually quite like him, by the way. His programmes he does about the fucking railways and all that, man. I find him interesting as fuck. But fuck me, man. He fell out of the fucking Conservative gay tree. I wonder what his position is in trannies and fucking teaching our children fairy stories.
A mood, a vibe.
Guarantee Michael Portillo's wore a dress or two in his time, eh? Guaranteed, man.
In the country.
Remember, it is the People's Channel, y'all. Michael Portillo, member of the people. He's just like me and you. Apart from he's a rich, fucking, poofy, fucking, eccentric, fucking conservative cunt with hundreds of dough. But for that, just like me and you, it's the People's Channel. Look, I met hundreds of people like that last night. She's walking down the street. She's walking down the street like, all right, Michael Portillo. I love your fucking. I love your outfit.
A kind of slightly incoherent problem, but let's look at the other end of the evidence scale.
Let's look at the other end.
How many people are being convicted at these protests or marches?
Look, there's some guy. There's a man of the people as well. Check that out. Hi, my name's Keir Starmer. I'm on the gear. I need a Vicks fucking thing. I've been taking too much cocaine. Either I've been taking too much cocaine or I've had a nose job. Man of the fucking... I don't know how many fucking Sir Keir Starmers have. I couldn't move last night in the fucking boozer, full of like normal motherfucking people. I couldn't move last night in the boozer for fucking sirs. Just the wall. It's raining, sirs. Hallelujah, it's raining, sirs. And Michael Portillo's, it's raining, sirs. And Portillo's, let's get back to the People's Channel. The People's Channel. What fucking people and where the fuck are they, man?
How many people have been arrested? How much damage is being done at these marches? No, there's a lot of.
Is democracy under threat, y'all? Right, so fucking an outside source for a foreign country usurped our parliament a week and a half ago. Threat to democracy? Nah, that's the MPs are under threat. They've fucking lost the narrative. They've lost the ability to steer the conversation, right? Because no cunt's falling for this shit. Well, I say no cunt. It's as if like I'm staying in a bubble where people aren't falling for this shit, right? I hope the fucking great unwashed isn't falling for this pish. I mean, seriously, just look at the motherfuckers that are put in front of head of the Labour Party, head of the fucking Labour Party, head of the Labour Party. Don't have, you must be having a giraffe. Fucking George Che Guevara, fucking Galloway is more a man of the people than these cunts. And George Galloway is the man of the people, man.
Anger clearly in the country about what's going on in Gaza. That's legitimate, a legitimate form of protest. There's obviously an underlying issue with Islamism in this country and its expression.
Yeah, there's an underlying issue with Islamism, recently invented to disguise the genocide that's happening inside Gaza. Yeah, fucking Israel are killing every cunt. Yeah. But the Islamists! Yeah. An outside source bullied and coerced Sir Keir Starmer and the leader to sabotage a vote for a permanent ceasefire inside Gaza. Yeah. But the MPs are scared of brown people because of Islamicists.
And it's malignant expression, and often it bolts itself onto perfectly legitimate political grievances.
It's funny, you know, like the other week they would be calling them which snowflakes and the left wing and all. Now it's like, oh, the big bad Islamicists going to come at you with their Jesus sandals.
That specific problem needs to genuinely be addressed. But I mean, Suzanne, in a sense, makes the point. You know, Rishi Sunak's government has been the weakest on immigration that we've ever seen in this country, and has incorporated an awful lot of this problem in recent years and done very.
So George Galloway getting elected, our parliament getting usurped, that equals brown people in boats, immigration, and our democracy under threat. It's mental, innit? Even the fucking press are having a hard job spinning this shit, man. It's sad and pathetic.
Very little about it. The substance of what Rishi Sunak said within this kind of confection of kind of, you know, half measures and kind of elliptical points was about redoubling prevent. Now, you know, it strikes me then it has prevent failed. Is that what he's saying? Because I mean, if you're going to do a review of something, clearly it isn't working. A crackdown on campus again. We've heard this promise for the last 4 or 5 years about crackdowns on campus activities and the right of free speech and to students to avoid being intimidated. Again, what's happened? Why have we not seen some deliverable action on that point? And if the issue is about people coming into this country to cause.
Let's talk about intimidation. Let's go to Parliament a week and a half ago, right, where the intimidation for outside sources usurped the democratically fucking. The democratic process, which is now getting blamed. How they've twisted it into the MPs are under threat. I do not know. Well, I do know. It's sad and pathetic, man. It's like it's how you spin it.
Problems, then stop them coming in. I mean, you know, Rishi Sunak's got the worst record on immigration of any prime minister in British history. So you know, start looking a little bit closer to home, Rishi.
Let's give Suzanne a chance to come back. Suzanne, a number of our viewers this morning have been saying that they thought it was really positive that the Prime Minister had made this speech. And those viewers might criticise you for saying, well, all right, you've got a thing about Rishi Sunak,
in the middle
you think
there,
he's failed, but you know, shouldn't there be celebration about someone who has turned a corner here and is now putting forward a clear and positive vision? That would be the criticism of what you've said, Suzanne. Yeah,
of course, we have to move forward. We are where we are. It's no good crying over spilt milk. But the fact is, he really hasn't yet outlined.
Let's just forget what happened a week and a half ago in Parliament. Let's just move on. Forget about it. You know, our MPs are under threat. Let's just forget the fact that the whole democratic process, the will of the people, the representatives in the fucking UK are just fucking completely forgot about. Let's move on and talk about how our democracy's under threat because somebody got democratically elected.
Very much about what he's going to do here. And I do understand viewers who say, yes, that finally he's woken up. Great, he has woken up. But the problem is now so much more difficult to solve. I unfortunately got caught up in the very first hate march. I think they are hate marches.
I think they are hate marches. What you talking about, the pro-Palestine protest? Now, when's a protest not a protest? When it's a hate march. Because a right-wing fucking idiots knuckle dragging fucking lunatics are telling you on your TV. How many morons out there watching this who thinks it's brilliant? Hello, McFly will now bounce about and start repeating this rhetoric. That's what it is. Propaganda. Propaganda is German for propagation. Propagation is propagating a fucking meme, a fucking thought, a feeling, just like hate marches. Right, so watch that getting propagated. Watch that get... I've even heard Islam being called a death cult. And then, it's funny, see all these knuckle-dragging motherfuckers? I'm pretty sure they know more of the Quran than they do the Bible. You know, they love to quote you all the fucking retarded shit in the Quran. Muhammad fucking fell down, fucking blah, blah, blah. Fucking hell, mate, you can read.
On our streets on a Saturday. The atmosphere was horrendous. I'd had lunch with Jewish friends. The march went past. They felt intimidated.
Oh my lordy lord, my Jewish friends. They couldn't get themselves away from their fucking £1 million fucking bagel in our 5-star fucking restaurant, and a march went by. Hate march! And they felt intimidated. Wait, did they still finish their fucking bagel? That's what I want to know.
It was obvious to some of us what was going to happen here, and I can't quite understand why it's taken the authorities so long to wake up to this. The police, the clear evidence of two-tier policing here, you know, allowing anti-Semitic slogans to be beamed onto the House of Commons being the pinnacle.
Anti-Semitic slogans, you know, like wanting to return that land back to the people who had it, like, what 60, 70, 80 plus years ago. That's anti-Semitic. Not even, let's not even go down the route of what is Semitic and not, right? Because the people that are fucking marching are Semitic. A lot of them are. But anti-Semitic, Hitler, Holocaust, Hitler, Holocaust. The Hitler, Holocaust thing has been used too much, and it just doesn't have its gravitas anymore. It's like all these morons on fucking line bouncing about calling everybody a pedo. It doesn't mean anything anymore, it's just a word. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It's meaningless. All this Hitler, Holocaust to excuse the actions of a fucking country. A country. And hold on a sec. Does some cunt no tell me Nutjob's a fucking atheist? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Is Nutjob, aka Netanyahu, atheist?
Perhaps of this. So there's a huge amount now to do. And, you know, we all know when a genie is out of the bottle, and this genie is well and truly out of the bottle, it's...
Yep, and the genie is out of the bottle. Get fucking HRT, right? Take up knitting, right? Stop taking out your menopause on brown people.
Nigh on impossible to put it back in. So I feel intense frustration that there have been warnings over many decades about this growing threat to British country and the British values. And now it's going to be a very hard job to...
Please leave in the comments what you think British values are. Tetley tea? Or is it PG tips?
To actually, as I say, challenge it. We've had this long march through the institutions, through our police forces, through our universities, through all kinds of institutions, this left-wing, pro-Islamist ideology. It's going to be very hard to...
What about right-wing pro-Israel ideology that yous are all sitting there spouting and don't even fucking have the... They do have the self-awareness, man. Regardless of their windy-licking ways, these people are educated. They ain't that stupid. They ain't that stupid. See, when you get Michael Portillo fucking sitting on your hangman, man, and you're fucking like trying to act like, oh, yeah, I'm just commenting on the left wing, and a fucking UKIP spokeshole.
Crack down on it. I want to see his plans. I want to see what he is going to do about it. But, you know, just a simple fact, he's tried to stop the boats. He's failed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fucking Illuminati. Turn it off and on again. I'm an IT expert, what can I say?
through all kinds of institutions, this left-wing, pro-Islamist ideology. It's going to be very hard to crack down on it. I want to see his plans. I want to see what he is going to do about it. But, you know, just a simple fact, he's tried to stop the base.
And get to the doctor and get HRT before you start
Again and
demanding
again,
shit
we've
for
seen
fucking
legal
a
challenges.
million.
If he can't even get that right, and we have a situation where we have had nearly 117,000 people come in on small boats, and we don't know what their backgrounds are since 2018.
They've gone
It's
down
an
again.
invading army!
They have dropped again.
But bear in mind, though, that our army is only 77,000 people,
even
and
make
yet we
me
have
go
allowed
pillows
so
fucking
many
even
people
howling at his
in.
pish.
We don't know their backgrounds, we don't know their intentions. My goodness, he's got a heck of a job on his hand, and I'm not sure he's the man to do it. I don't think he's tough enough for this job.
Kevin, final word from you?
I'm just struck by
Remember at the top of the Nazi regime there was hundreds of pure creepy gay guys that didn't like gay guys. It's weird. Like Michael Portillo over here.
by the reference that he used to some communities living parallel lives, and this is the kind of phraseology that was used in the Richer report into the disturbances in Oldham back in 2001, I think it was 2002, perhaps. I mean, you know, 20 years where we've had a kind of an issue and a problem with you know, elements of our society clearly not in tune with the majority of our society.
Brown people in our
like
fucking society.
and here we are 20 years later, and we've still got this problem. You know, so you know, I just struck me Rishi Sunak's address last night that lacked substance, and I think it's probably just reflective of the.
I've got 50 pence on Vag being Prime Minister, man. I mean, it's just waiting for him. Liz Truss over that. CPAC with fucking Bannerman, fucking like letting Tommy Robinson getting called a hero and all that, man. the ground is getting laid, y'all.
Fact that he's got a few weeks or a few months left in 10 Downing Street, and he's just kind of firing off random, kind of incoherent thoughts at this stage. You know, there's no substance there at all.
Yep, kinda like this whole piece. Is our democracy under threat? No substance whatsoever. Somebody got elected through a democratic process, and that's a threat on our democracy. Just like our parliament got usurped a week and a half ago, and that's a threat on our MPs by the brown man. Hey, I love this shit.
One thing it did do was knock George Galloway off the front pages today.
Well, perhaps so. I mean, it strikes me if that's the objective, then again, I mean, you know, it doesn't really say much where the government is at the moment. But if that's its priority,
I have to say, I think it's quite astonishing that it's taken the election of George Galloway to make him wake up. You know, I'm afraid there have been far more worrying things happening in our society than that. It's quite astonishing.
Thank you both.
Yeah, former UKIP Deputy Chair and political commentator Suzanne Evans and former Labour advisor Kevin Murr. Appreciate your thoughts this morning.
Yeah, thank you for the circle jerk. Now let's get back to the creepy gay guy with very questionable fashion and a reject from ITV, I think it was. She used to work on. She's an ITV reject. Get it, got it, good. I need to go. Catches you all.